You're still watching the conversation on Lagos television. Let's do a bit of politics on the program this morning. We're still in 2025, but for the political class, 2027, which is the year that we are going to have another general elections in the country, is like tomorrow. So they're already jostling for votes, of course, doing some permutations here and there ahead of 2027. You will recall that recently we lost one of the key figures politically in the north, in the country, late Muhammadu Buhari, who had a massive follower of 12.7 million votes annually. And like him or not, you cannot underestimate his influence when he was alive, because 12.7 votes coming from the northern part of the country is not a joke. Now the man is no more, and the question people are asking is, who exactly among the political class that we have seen parading themselves is big enough to step into his shoes as we approach 2027 general election? That's our conversation this morning. We have joining us Barrister Shakiru Omolaja, is a lawyer and public affairs analyst. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Late President Muhammadu Buhari was a movement politically in the north, and I quoted a particular figure now, 12.7 million votes. It is not a joke coming from the north, and we know the population of the north and their influence when it comes to voting pattern in Nigeria. Now the man is no more. Among the politicians that we have in the north now, do you see any of them competent or big enough to step into this big shoe left behind?
Maybe my answer will leave you unsatisfied. Any of the politicians jostling for power now may not really be big enough, to use your words, to fill the shoe Buhari left behind. Yes, Buhari was a movement. He was a myth by his own standard. He was a myth. You really could not understand him. But Buhari worked for it. Buhari came into the consciousness of this country December 1983. He gave us a program that was to elevate Nigerians by way of how we were accepted throughout the world. His regime, after 20 months, was cut short. Since then, he remained in our consciousness, and he was jostling for power, competing. 3 good times he lost. But what was it about him that gave so much loyalty to him from the north? His personality, what he had done in the past, the knowledge of history. Now, amongst these persons jostling for power, especially from the north, the prominent ones, Kwankwaso of the Kwankwasia movement, and former Vice President
Atiku
Abubakar, would you say in all honesty that they have the clout of General Muhammadu Buhari? They are not apart. They are miles apart.
In terms of followers or integrity?
Integrity and followership. Integrity and followership. Muhammadu Buhari consistently was able to capture nearly the whole of the north. That is rather mysterious. 12.7 million consistently. Though he still lost. He lost to Yadua. He lost to, at a point, he lost to Jonathan. Until eventually, due to a coalition, he now came to win. So, I do not see Buhari or Kwankwaso, or is it
Atiku, you wanted to say?
No, I mean, sorry, Atiku. I do not see Atiku or Kwankwaso, or is it El-Rufai, or who from the north? Or is it the current vice president? No, they are non-starters compared to where Buhari was. But Buhari is gone. The 12.7 million votes available to Nigerians now, to the current competitors, how would they likely share it? Because it's a matter of sharing it now. The myths about Kano and Kwankwaso, I cannot understand it. The mystery surrounding their loyalty to Kwankwaso, I cannot understand it. Yes, Kano is there. And remember, Kano is about the most populous. It is a force to reckon with in the north. In the last election of 2023, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, despite his clouds, and please let me say, whatever you want to say about Atiku Abubakar, is a formidable force politically in the North. Long before now, long before he ever even emerged.
You know, he was a member of the PDM in those days.
Yes. Somebody warned me that do not joke with the political sagacity of the gentleman called Atiku Abubakar. Never mind, or let's say, along the line, he made his own serious mistakes. Maybe, for example, the interview he granted, where he said, maybe he was being honest, that if he got into power as the president, he was going to further enrich his friends. He was going to privatize the parastatals of the country. Maybe the way he put it, maybe he didn't mean it in the way of saying he was going to loot the country to enrich his friends. He said he was going to privatize NNPC, was going to privatize this. All these things that are not being privatized, but are Nigerians gaining the benefits that are expected from these privatizations. So Atiku Abubakar is not to be wished away. Remember, he also had this formidable movement, loyalty. He could gather people. He had the clout. He had the talent of bringing people together. So now, the political players now, Obi, when I mention Obi's name, I'm smiling. Not because I underrate him. The Buhari thing too, part of what gave Buhari that large following is what I started by saying, but I didn't really finish. That you may really not like my answer. When I mentioned Obi and a smile, and I mentioned Buhari and the North and a smile, it's because I didn't really see this great country called Nigeria as being truly united. We are still divided along
ethnic lines, religious lines,
regionalism. We are still divided. So what gave that large following, that possibly unbreakable following to Buhari, was the northern factor that some are still claiming today, that to rule Nigeria is their birthright.
Yeah.
And please mark it. Why do we all of a sudden have the insurgency that we are having now? The renewed insurgency with another frenzy at another level, where particularly from the North, some are trying to say that whoever is in power now is not competent to rule this country. Unless we are in power, this country cannot have peace. But
okay, I'm sorry to cut you short. From your narration now, are you implying that these votes, this figure that we quoted now, 12.7 million, is going to be fragmented in 2027, because we do not really have that character that can step into that big shoe?
That's what I'm really trying to say. When I mentioned Obi and a smile, I'm using the word smile now for the third time. Look at the voting pattern in the East. What was the antecedent politically of the gentleman called Obi, now so popular, who ran under a more or less unknown party, Labour Party, and he came third? It was again the ethnic loyalty. The entire East, Anambra, Enugu, Imo, all of them voted Peter Obi. And you needed to hear the level of criticism some of them had against him. But they would rather vote that way to further push the agenda that if they had the opportunity, they do not want to be part of this country. You understand what I mean? Because here we must struggle to put it as honestly as we could. Hence, you had that formidable loyalty to Peter Obi, representing the interest of the eastern part of Nigeria. The South, no. We didn't really win the entire South. APC was able to break into the South. And now, come 2027, it is going to be very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Atiku Abubakar is not going to have an easy ride. But please mark me today. The North will line up behind him. They will give that same loyalty, influenced by, let me say, myopic. And I say this adversely. I do not mean to insult anybody. Influenced by egocentrism, influenced by selfishness, that the North must be in control of the presidency.
But the North was in power for 8 years. So is that just and unfair?
Thank you. That is a very relevant comment. Very, very relevant comment. The reason I had the opportunity of being on another station, on another program, and I was asked to analyze these three gentlemen, and I said, do not downplay the ADC, the coalition that they are bringing together now, but they will fail. They will fail if, and I made some unusual projections, permutations, that if, for example, we have the impossible happening. How do I mean the impossible? Let Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, who has a great ambition
of becoming
the president of this country, as said by soothsayers, by whatever, he has it. Not he has the clout. He speaks well. He's intelligent. He has been in power before. But will he be able to make the necessary sacrifice? And what is that great sacrifice that Atiku Abubakar should make, which he will not make anyway? Let him say, come 2027, he's not going to run. Because of that written constitution of the PDP, that convention in the Nigerian politics. What is that convention? Power must rotate. If you must keep Nigeria together, my brother, power must rotate between the regions. The North has had 8 years. The West has had 8 years through our father, Olusegun Obasanjo. The South had less than 8 years. 2 years or so of Yar'Adua, 4 years further given to
Jonathan.
Now, yes. If truly we want unity, how can you say it is on merit? Tell me that part of this country does not have the merit to produce a president. None. So if Atiku will make that unusual sacrifice and support Obi, you can be sure that Obi will win the whole of the Southeast as he did the last time. Then with the votes from the North, then our father Jagaban, the present president of the country, we have a big challenge, a very big challenge. Or let us also look at the impossible,
which is,
thank you, let Obi agree to be vice
to Atiku.
You know, we never agree. The reason why we not agree is that if he does it, his people are likely to kill him. He knows it himself, because they have asked him over and over. After our father Alex Ekweme, are the Igbos only good as second fiddle? Are they only good to occupy a second-hand position? Are they not good enough? Do they not have what it takes, the wherewithal, the knowledge, everything, to be president of this country?
Okay, another angle to this particular point of discussion is the influence of the CPC family, which was originally the political camp of late Muhammadu Buhari. What role are they going to play for anybody to get this massive vote of 12.7 million? And can it still be intact? Because some of them are beginning to fall apart now, some going into ADC, and some are likely to stay with the APC as well. So having these 12.7 million votes together in 2027, what will be the influence of the CPC family?
It cannot be together. The CPC, remember, politics is about intrigue, about calculations. And remember, the politicking we are talking about here, it's not just in Nigeria, it's all over the world. People would rather be loyal to where their bread will be buttered. It's not about you and I, the citizenry. It's about where their interests will be best protected.
But when Buhari was alive, he wasn't putting butter on their bread. They just had this love for him.
They wanted power to come to the north. Not necessarily Buhari.
But then there was no bread.
No.
Talk less of butter.
Wait a minute. If power... Did you not experience it? I experienced it. Some of my friends experienced it. While Buhari was in power, or who was in... Yar'Adua. If you carried an Okada man who was a Malam in Lagos, and you had an argument with him, we tell you go and sit down, we are in power. They are ever proud to be in power. Doesn't matter whether it is not petering down, whether the dividends of democracy are not really coming down to them. You need to deeply understand this. The interest, what has been sold to Northerners, is the fact that to rule Nigeria is our birthright. Look at the history of Nigeria, the leadership of Nigeria. How many years has the North used in ruling Nigeria compared to other parts of the country? They still believe that they have what it takes. And also remember, when the colonial masters were going to leave, they considered power to them. Some are still saying till tomorrow that election between Shehu Shagari and Obafemi Awolowo, that Alhaji Shehu Shagari did not really win, but he had to be given power by Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, who was now later compensated who was to be killed by Sonny Abacha, because I'm trying to say so many things at the same time. The politics is deeper than the surface. Far deeper than the surface. All I'm struggling to say here is that I do not trust the North to vote for merit. I do not trust them to honestly say, look, if we had 8 years, let another part of the country have 8 years. This is where the gentleman Atiku Abubakar need to be sat down, need to be told. Remember, that was the argument of El Rufai and his club, and Iyezon Wike, and Rotimi Amechi, who were all in the PDP. I said it, let me repeat it. The PDP has it written in their constitution, in the PDP constitution, that power must rotate between the regions. Why did Atiku Abubakar, for his own selfish reason, break that understanding? Not just an understanding, break that agreement. Because we say in law, pacta sunt servanda. Promises must be kept. If you signed into a party, luckily he's no longer in that party now, and then because you not fetch, you can rubbish what you freely agreed to. Damage will be done to the sensibility of the Nigerian psyche, and we cannot afford that to happen. So it's going to be very, very interesting. It's not going to be a walkover for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Okay, so back to my question now. The influence, what will be the role of the CPC in all of this?
The CPC, I keep saying, maybe I didn't answer it directly. I still cannot trust them. Honestly, the Conference for Progressive Change. What change? Have you not been hearing some of the comments of these people? When,
like Boss Mustafa said, that this side of the country only contributed a paltry sum of 2 or 3 million votes, as against the 12.7 that they had from the north, before Buhari was elected as a president.
Is that not telling you that they believe in the power of the north to dominate?
Because they have the number, they have the states.
No, look, that is exactly what I'm struggling to tell you. It shouldn't just be about the number, the state. How about nationalism?
Is politics not a game of figures?
Oh, then there's a psychology to politics. If you kept it that way, no other part of this country will ever smell that of its called the presidency. Then you will have another census where they will return a population of 40 million from Kano. So don't look at it that way. You must build a nation. And how do you build a nation? You make sacrifices. You sit down, you tell yourself the unusual truth. If Chief Obafemi Awolowo was allowed to rule, can you begin to imagine how we will have turned this country into? The only person who had that, and I do not see it happening in this century again, who had that unusual phenomenon, the figure was phenomenal, was Are, may the Lord bless you. You know it. MKO, Moshood, Kashimawo, Abiola, who had made the sacrifice, who had touched lives throughout the length and breadth of Nigeria. He worked for it. He earned it. He had national honors, chieftaincy titles from all over Nigeria. The North did not remember that he was Yoruba. The East did not remember that he was Yoruba. Yorubas loved him. They were proud of him. They voted massively. Who annulled the election? The North. Never mind, they said some other persons from Yoruba land. But who was in power? He just admitted.
Okay, I
just admitted that.
I really
takes responsibility.
I really do not want us to focus our attention on the North. Mine is just about the figures. Where is it going to come from? When you look at the APC, the PDP, and of course the coalition, which is the ADC, which of these political parties do you think is going to get the larger chunk of this 12.7 million votes at the end of the day?
We are discussing the votes from the North, and you don't want us to focus on the North. What a contradiction. This is what we are going to do, if we can advise you and I, because you deeply understand politics by way of your research and your presentations and whatever. You need to tell APC chieftains, whatever it will cost, they must seize some powers from some states in the North. They must break that loyalty. Let us be bold enough to say, the average Northerner is not happy with the present regime. Not because they are not working, but because of the question of hunger. Because of the question of how the subsidy was removed. Look, a mother, a parent who loves the children will not just come with one great policy to impoverish them. You cushion their suffering. Subsidy has done damage to the average Nigerian. The North, don't you see what their leaders are saying?
All the presidential candidates
I was waiting for that.
In 2023,
yes,
they all campaigned based on that. And even the late President Muhammadu Buhari,
yes,
did not budget for subsidy before he left office.
Why did he not remove it? Why was he waiting for Nigerians not to kill him? May the Lord Almighty rest his soul. He's gone now. Why did he not remove it? Why did he have to take our own father to do the unusual?
Somebody must bail the cat.
No! Bail the cat. Tell me that country, progressive country in the world, that is not subsidizing one thing or the other for the citizenry.
Yeah, but we are still subsidizing electricity as we speak.
Yeah. I thought something was gone. See, we are being
not
deceived.
In electricity.
We are being deceived. There's a need for you to introduce policies gradually, patiently. Yorubas have a beautiful saying, and I'm proud of being a Yoruba. They say, a starving child will not be fed into heart in just one day. It has to be gradual. Do you not see the effect of the sudden removal from the first day Nigeria got into problem? From the first day before he left the podium, Nigeria was thrown into chaos. And what we need to tell our father, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you should understand that 2027 is not going to be easy. Never mind all the declarations by the all these governors are not going to be the ones to vote. They may have their rigging machinery, all of them, but don't joke with the masses. Remember the lesson of NSAS. Remember that a people can be angry and you see their anger.
So what do you think the APC should do before we go to the PDP and the ADC?
Thank you. The APC should begin to roll out measures to genuinely.
But the governors are getting more money. We cannot feel the impact.
I can see you are close to the populace.
No, I'm being objective.
Yes, I agree.
Are the governors not getting more money?
Good. Are we feeling the impact of the more money the government is getting? The governors are getting.
So the people should feel the governors who are closer to them.
No. The Baba, the president, who made the mistake of trusting the governors, that if perhaps we give them more money, they will touch the lives of the people. Should have thought of an alternative. That if we give this money to these governors and they do not do what they ought to do, after all, we are still having the presidency that can touch life directly. We have Federal Ministry of Agriculture. Why can't we have the Federal Ministry of Agriculture rolling out bags of rice for 5,000 naira, 10,000 naira? Subsidize that. Baby bati kuro ninu ise. If you want people to be happy with you, to be loyal to you, make sure they are not hungry.
So the APC should address hunger. Let's go to PDP.
Not just hunger. The APC should address insecurity. The APC should address unemployment. But number one is that in continue, things are too costly. Look at the example of Lagos State.
But the problem that we are facing in Nigeria today was not made by this ruling party.
Again, I like that.
It was
that is the standard. That is the standard argument. Now the buck is on the table of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Was Rome built in a day?
That's exactly what I'm saying. So why do you want to build it in a day? If the past leaders were being sensitive, were being kind, why must you be callous? Why must you not feel the pulse of those who are suffering? Take the example of the National Assembly. They are saying that the masses, we should tighten our belt. We should make sacrifices. Do you see the Senate, the House of Rep, making sacrifices? Do you not hear them saying they cannot buy vehicles made in Nigeria? Do you not see the humongous allowances they are giving to themselves? Are they making sacrifices? Do you not see what they are fighting over?
I really want us to manage our time well, so that we can touch on all the political parties.
Yeah. It's not as if we
have said so much about the APC.
Yes.
Fine.
No, sir,
I do agree with you that there is hunger in town. The cost of living is so high, and the purchasing power of Nigerians is limited.
Thank you. Very it's limited. Useless.
So all these new set of political parties, ADC, they had one opportunity at one time or the other to make the country better. Even the PDP.
They failed.
So they are now the same set of people saying that they are coming to salvage Nigeria.
Yes. No, as for them, they are jokers. But do not underrate them. Do not forget how Labour Party, an unknown quantity, as it were, now came into limelight. Good thing we are in Lagos State. Let us remind our viewers and ourselves the story of Dr. Femi Agbalajobi and Sarumi, and how our Baba, Michael Otedola, became the governor of Lagos State. Sarumi and Dr. Agbalajobi were fighting. They were certain to be the next, one of them was certain to be the next governors. Lagosians were watching. Then that is the reason why Nigerians, Yorubas especially who are listening, should learn to give their names, good names, their children good names, proper names. Look at Ondo State. Ayedatiwa, Orimison. Your names are important. Orukwa Maroni, Akpeja Maroni, Otedola. From their gang up, from their enmity, I shall become great. The man became great through the intrigue, the shenanigans of the opposition.
Barrister Manager, we really have to manage our time. Okay, so let's go to PDP now. Right. What would the PDP need to do to get this part of this 12.7 million votes? You have mentioned that of the APC, and we still have the ADC and the PDP.
If the PDP could work the magic.
Which magic? Is that house in order?
I'm coming. That's where I was going. So, because, wait. If the PDP could work the magic of bringing Atiku Abubakar back into the foray.
I know.
I said if they could bring him back. I know what I'm saying. My friend, I know what I'm saying. If they could bring him back. If they have a way of penetrating Wike that was abusing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu before they started their secret meetings. Before he was appointed minister, people knew he was going to be appointed.
Oh, they had secret meetings?
Oh, I don't know. Don't ask me because...
No, you said it.
I don't know. Please, and I'm enjoying this. Were you not aware of when he was said to have gone to London to meet the president-elect?
I wasn't aware.
I don't know myself.
It was an allegation, but I didn't see it.
Kojogate. It was suspicious. It was not suspicious. Now we have seen the results. How come a man who so thoroughly abused the former governor of Lagos State, then when it came to politicking, and you can't blame Wike. He spent so much money. At a point, he was bankrolling PDP. Together with Delta State, they were using their state money to bankroll PDP. And you now denied them to become the president of the country. No, you can't do that. You cannot be calling me a fool to my face, and I'll be calling you Mr. Honorable. It doesn't work that way. And what are we saying, sir? If the PDP could do the unusual, which they will not be able to do, bring Wike, bring Rotimi Amechi, bring Atiku Abubakar, sit them down, tell our father, Bode George, to stop abusing them. Look, let us come together and work to remove APC. APC removed PDP from power, a sitting government, because they came together. And don't forget, sir, there's strength in togetherness. Agbadowo Lafin Soya. You cannot say you want to stab your chest with just one finger. There will be no sound.
So that's for PDP.
PDP should make sacrifices. Should do the unusual. This is their so-called ADC now. Alliance for African Democratic Congress. Should be swallowed by PDP. It may sound impossible.
But we already have Amechi, Atiku, El Rufai, who else again? A couple of politicians are parading themselves as members of the ADC. And even David Mark is there, Rauf Aregbesola is there. Looking at their combination.
David Mark, who said to Nigerians that we are not ready to use telephone.
Okay, looking at their combination now, they have all had the opportunity to serve Nigeria as governors, as ministers, as Senate presidents. Yet we are where we are. And now they are the one amplifying that, oh, Nigerians are hungry.
The more reason,
even Amechi himself said that he's hungry, which I find very hard to believe.
A lot of Nigerians have been criticizing him, that it's ridiculous us.
So are they strong enough to grab this major chunk of this 12.7 million votes?
They do not have the credibility that Buhari had that endeared him to Nigerians. None of them has the credibility. Rauf Aregbesola today is not trusted by those who raised him. Who knew Rauf Aregbesola?
Who raised him?
Jagaban raised him.
Oh, I didn't know.
He's not from Lagos. He was made with the money of Lagos. So what do we have today? I like the questions you're asking me. You are really playing the devil's advocate and I'm enjoying it.
How?
I know you are doing your job. You are doing your job. Because here you know nothing. I should know everything. No problem. You are doing your job. So we are talking about loyalty. This group of persons, could you in all honesty say they are loyal to Nigerians? Good a thing that Saraki has not joined them. Is it Saraki that will not come and tell us that he's loyal to Nigerians? All these persons are gathered together, not for Nigeria, to further line their pockets. They ruined this country. To now use your argument, they ruined this country. Let it for APC to fix. But APC should learn to fix it with intelligence. They need to be intelligent. You should be gradual.
As you are using your adage, please be interpreting for our viewers.
It only says you need to be cautious to kill a mosquito that has perched on your scrotum. Because if you are in a hurry to slap a mosquito on your scrotum, you will end up injuring yourself. The mosquito will escape.
Okay.
They are asking you to apply wisdom, whatever you do.
Okay, because it is democracy and 2027 is so much around the corner, and the people, like you have rightly identified, will be the deciding factor. They have the power of their votes. So how well should they look before deciding who is going to become their governors or president, which is key in 2027? Because all these elements, whether APC or PDP or ADC or ADA, they are all same set. So how well should we look before we decide who we elect as presidents, as senators, as members House of Reps and governors in 2027? Because politicians will come and dangle some carrot before the people and they will fall for it.
Thank you for this, your great question. It gives me the opportunity to appeal to myself, to Nigerians, to please not be angry. As much as we are abusing this government, we should sit down objectively and analyze. Apart from the fact that we are hungry, can we in all honesty say that this government is a complete failure? Is it in the area of foreign exchange that is stabilizing now? Is it the area of electricity that is improving now? I didn't say has improved, but it's improving.
It's a work in progress.
Why don't we give the present government the benefit of the doubt? The reason is this. Those who did it for 16 years and took us from bad to worse, if they were allowed, they would have taken us from worse to ugly and irreparable. We came together to take power from them and to use your cautionary words. We should be patient. Subsidy was only tool in the hands of the enemies of the country. We were getting richer, Nigerians were getting poorer. I say with all honesty, without being a politician, I make this appeal. Nigerians, please do not do protest votes. If Nigerians were to vote by way of protest, by way of what Senate President is accused of doing, that is making jest of Nigerians, let the poor breed. We are already breeding, but don't choke us. Give us hope. Don't ridicule us. I am begging Nigerians to please do not stop their prayers, but they should not vote massively in protest. The reason why we should make this appeal, it continues to surprise me that APC in the presidency lost Lagos State.
In 2023.
In 2023. What are you doing to assuage their pain? Don't push aside their complaints. Consciously, if Baba has made the mistake, this is the second time I'm saying that, in trusting the governors to touch the lives
of the people.
Look at even that great achievement judicially of saying allocations to local governments should go directly to the local governments. How many of the governors
are complying?
But citizens must understand that, like you said, Rome was not built in a day. All I'm saying is that, can you afford to trust David Mark? To trust all of them who are coming together? People are asking, you Amechi, as Minister of Transportation, what did you do for Nigeria? The railway thing you did, what is the end of it? What exactly, how transparent were you in changing the face of this country? Wike may be bad, Wike may be this, but look at what Wike is doing
in the Federal Capital
Territory. So let us be objective enough to know that it's going to be tough, but it may be lessened, the embarrassment may be reduced if consciously, if somebody will be kind enough to tell the governor of Lagos State, listen to what this lawyer is saying. Tell Baba, call your party, touch the lives of the people. Benubaje, Ojuati. When people eat, when they are happy, You look at the last local government election. What was the turnout? They came out with so there was apathy. There was poor turnout.
Voters.
Some have even vowed with the quote and unquote now, with the betrayal of the promises made by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that the first so disappointed, some have turned their voters card that they are not going to vote again. But that is not the way to go. They are going to start voters registration. If you have turned your card, please go and replace your card. Do not vote out of anger. Remember, any decision made out of anger is likely to lead you to disaster. Be patient, be hopeful. Be amibawa. I am pleading, I am repeating myself like a bad record. Do not make the mistake of returning some powers that failed us in the past. How much did our father, Babawa Olusegun Obasanjo, spend? Over $16 billion on power. Today, Baba is showing on social media, carrying power bank around. Are you there, sir? So we should be careful. All the chiefs, all the governors, especially from Southwest, they should woo Osun State to come back into the party. Have you asked yourself, sir, why South, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Delta, why they are coming together to join APC? Somebody has whispered to them, must you always remain in the opposition? If you continue to remain in the opposition, how would federal benefits come to you? Let us assume that Jagaban cannot win the East, because they are like a court. The movement there is like a court. You cannot break that court, but concentrate on taking some with the vice president. Let him promise you that Borono, yes, APC won Borono, APC won Niger State, that meet Kwankwaso, but Jagaban has the skill, has the talent to call Kwankwaso, make promises to him, make sacrifices to Kwankwaso. Let him bring the Kwankwasia movement before 2027 to join APC. Then you will see Idon Orita, miracle of the moment. Okay,
but in all of this, repeatedly we have heard that democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. But over the years, you would have seen and noticed that the people are not really getting the value of their vote in terms of good governance, in terms of dividends of democracy. So how well should the people align themselves in a way that they will be able to make adequate demands of these political gladiators in 2027, especially those ones that are desperate for these 12.7 million votes?
Okay. Charity begins at home. Let Nigerians begin to pay serious attention to their local politics. Who becomes your councillor? How regularly does he come back to give you
accounts,
his report, his scorecard? Look at your local government chairman. Honestly, I am very proud of some local government chairmen in Lagos State. Honestly, I may not know their names here. I read the report of one local government chairman who was building low-cost housing estates. That's fantastic.
That's a Boyke too.
That gentleman should become the governor of the state. That's fantastic, because he's not going to live in all these houses. Okay, don't say he's going to sell it to his cronies, but he's selling it to some people. He's selling it to Nigerians. Some are repairing roads. Some are building schools. Can you say the same thing for some local governments? Are they not all receiving the same money? Some local governments have not built a single school ever since they've been in power. So let the citizens begin
to open their eyes.
To open their eyes. To take, Simbe Oniwa Kundada. If you don't participate, you cannot criticize. Join them. See what they are doing. You can also sponsor candidates. Like today, the chairman of Ikorodu local government is from a known family, Ladiga. The vice chairman, Babawale Alugba, is from a known family. The son of a millionaire who is himself a banker, doing very well. We can hold them accountable. Know who you are voting. Do not all of a sudden bring somebody from abroad who you do not know, because he has some money which source you don't know, and he can throw money around. Tell him we are not interested in your money, like some Ghanaians did to a particular person who came to go and give them rice. They say we are not interested in your rice.
What value are you coming to add?
What value are you coming to add? And before coming to add that value, who are you? Where are you coming from? Tani Baba, Ile wo lo ti bi e. These are the things that we need. Do not put foreigners in power. What do you mean by foreigners in power? Because his father is a strong politician, but this is a boy who will not greet anybody in the society. If you put such a person in power, he will only be feeding his Baba and Baba's friends.
There'll be no connection.
The society will not have. So if we get the foundation right, whatever house we build on it, we stand.
Okay. To sum our conversation up this morning, for 2027 general elections, how critical is the role of the followers of late President Muhammadu Buhari in determining who will become the next president of the country?
I saw a video that I'm not too happy over. When Buhari died, I saw some urchins, I'll call them urchins, small children, shouting, celebrating that Buhari was dead. That is just a lie. I'm supporting your question that Buhari had a following. How can we now bring his disciples into our fold? The best way is, they will tell our mothers, women who have a lot of sense, the best way to a man's heart is not on the bed, though, is on the food. Feed him well. It is only when you are fed him well that we have the power to do any other thing in the other room. So, go to the areas where Buhari had a showing. It doesn't matter whether the governor of the states are PDP or whatever. Let your representatives in those areas begin to show things from the federal government in the name of the APC. Then more importantly, which Baba is very good at doing, underground work. Get their leaders.
I want you to be as neutral as possible. Don't campaign for anybody.
Let
Nigerians decide.
The way I have
said
the way I have said it.
Even a child will know where you belong.
Will you exactly say I'm campaigning for Baba with all some of the things I say about him? I'm only trying to be objective. That look, I will be honest enough to tell you that I should be happy that he has another 4 years. But I'm not happy with the level of hunger
in the country.
Oh, no. I've said this everywhere. But Ori Bibe kono ogun no ori.
Meaning?
If you have lies in your head, the solution is not to cut off your head. The solution is identify the problem, work on the solution.
Okay.
The problem now, Nigerians are not happy with the government in power. The government in power should begin to roll out things objectively, honestly, practically, that Nigerians will begin to celebrate. Let me tell you, Nigerians are grateful people. When they eat, they celebrate. When they are happy, they don't hide it. Begin to do the unusual. Even if you are going to borrow money or roll out part of the money in body loan to say, let's do Sahara.
Okay, what a way to end the conversation this morning. I've been speaking with Barrister Shakiru Omolaja, lawyer, public affairs analyst, on the 2027 general elections and what will be the influence of later Muhammadu Buhari, who had 12.7 million votes from the northern part of the country. It's quite huge, and you cannot underestimate his influence while he was alive. So how the political parties, APC, PDP, and ADC, are going to jostle for this vote is what formed some of our conversation on the program today. By and large, the people are going to be the one that will determine who becomes what in 2027. Just open your eyes and make the best use of your vote. We thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, Nigerians.
All right, we'll take a very quick break. When we come back, Adebunpe will be standing by to take you through our conversation on the program. Stay with us.
The views expressed on this program do not represent that of the producer, management of Lagos Television, or the Lagos State Government. They remain the perspectives of those expressing them. Thank you for staying with Lagos Television.